Hey, crafty family, how are you doing this evening? I'm Eve with the baby's booty, and tonight is going to be loaded down. We have a lot of information to unpack and go over because tonight we are going to be discussing cutters, okay? And what do I mean by cutters? Craft cutters. Well, craft cutters, if you don't know, which I'm sure you know if you're here in our live, but craft cutters are cutting plotters. Okay. So for years, large corporations have been using machines called plotters to cut out things for businesses, right? On an industrial level. Well, years ago, we were graced with having cutters that can cut out craft or everyday craft things, small enough for the average consumer to have in their home. So let's fast forward because a lot of that history I don't know very much about. But let's fast forward to now. And to now, we have Cricut, which I'm sure most of you all are familiar with. Then we also have Silhouette. We also have Graphtec. We also have um, StarCraft. We have Romeo and Juliet, and the list goes on. Brother Scan and Cut. There's an exhaustive list of cutters. I don't have them all. I've had just about all of them, though. I've had Cricut. Still have Cricut. So as you'll see in the background up at the top, that is the Cricut Maker. So I have the Cricut Maker, the Cricut Maker 3. I don't have that. That's not the 3. I've had the Cricut Air 2. I've had the Cricut 1. Yeah, because it wasn't the Air 1. The Cricut Joy. So I've had several Cricut cutters. Then this one is the Cameo 4. Alrighty, and I actually have 2 of those. Then I also have the Graphtec, which I'll show you that here shortly. And then over on my cutting table, I have Romeo, which is the big brother, 24-inch big brother to the Siser Juliet, which the Juliet is 12 inches, and she's just as fast and awesome as her big brother Romeo. So tonight, what I've decided to do is go over the pros and cons of each one of the cutters that I have and what I like and don't like about them for myself personally. Because who knows, something that I may like or don't like, you may not agree with, but at the same time, you may learn something like, oh, I don't know why she don't like that. I kind of like that. Maybe I should let her know this is why or how I fix the situation. Because this show is for all of us. So if you have one of these machines and you disagree with something I say, well, weigh in on the chat. Let us know what you think and how you resolve the situation. The only other thing I would like to point out is we have a new thing we want to say on our channel right here from the very beginning so that we all know and we all on the same page. Let's be kind in here. We're all a big crafty family. So be kind or keep it quiet. All right. So appreciate you coming to hang out with us. I am so looking forward to this particular show because I was discussing with our captains this evening just before we went live about the different cutters. And it's interesting how I've had races in from amongst cutters before, but some of y'all might have missed it. So we're gonna recap this and then, like I said, go into the pros and cons of each one. So I'm excited about it and looking forward to sharing all of this with you guys. One of the things I'm going to do at the very outset is go ahead and say hi to everyone that's in here, and then I'm going to cut and show the different cutters. Cut. I'm going to switch cameras and show you the different cutters. And then I have one more camera over there that I do need to finish setting up so that you guys can see the Romeo when I pull him forward. And then we'll get this party started. But for the time being, I want to say hi to all of the folks that's in here. Craftable Things. I want to say hi to you first because, girl, I started to call you. About 15 minutes ago, I started to call and say, hey, don't you want to do me a favor? I was like, no, I'm going to leave her alone. All right. Baby Giant Services LLC. Hey, honey, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for being a YouTube hoop group. Or you were a YouTube hoop. You are. I don't know. Thank you for being here. That's what we're going to go with. Jesse Gibson. Hello. Welcome. Always a pleasure to have you here. Simone Langley, welcome. And you definitely are a YouTube Hoop Group member. Thank you. We appreciate the support. Sharon Davenport, hey honey, welcome. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. We appreciate it. Dimps Designs, hey honey, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Make it with Marilyn, hey honey bunny, welcome, and thank you for joining us as well and for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. We have Porgy Town, hello, welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Shirley Dabney, good evening to you as well. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Gail McGinnis, Antoine J, welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. Gail Designs, hello, welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Tanya, welcome. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Valerie Morgan, welcome, and thank you as well so very much for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. We have Sharon Davis, welcome. Thank you for joining us and for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. Simone Langley says she's excited because of the topic tonight. It is a very awesome topic. So I'm hoping you guys will get a whole lot out of it and be able to make a good choice. The only thing is there is a new contender in town. I'm limited in knowledge on it. I'm not kidding you. And I'll tell you why I'm limited in knowledge on it, other than the fact that I just did not look into it super hard. Josette Lover Check, I love your name. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Tammy King, hey family, welcome. Ethel Smith, hey Miss Ethel Smith, welcome. And thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member because you got the other account. Patrice, welcome. Kingsbury Crafts, welcome. Patrice, thank you so much for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. We appreciate it. Ernique, we also appreciate you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Deborah Ferguson, welcome, and thank you as well for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Ernique, tell the babies I said hey. Jesse Gibson is saying hey to the rest of the family. Miss JB is saying hey to everyone. And thank you, Miss JB, for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Elevate Artistry, thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member, and greetings to you as well. Beverly Smith, hello, welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Picture Me Crafting and Zelda Ivy, both of you, thank you so very much for being YouTube Hoop Group members. Miss Suzanne Go Grand Go from Florida Space Coast, welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. Then we have So Crafty, welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. We appreciate it. And thank you, EJ's daughter. I really appreciate that. And thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. We got Bonita Neely, Dennis Cheatham, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And we got some really cute designs this week. We will be cutting one of them out tonight. Let us see. I saw them. Hi, Sheila Cushionberry. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. I was like, something was meaning to do. It's because I gotta say hey to you. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate it. Sherelle Green and Tracy Murray, welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Carla Thomas Anders, thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate it. And then we also have Carol DeLong getting ready for work. Please be careful on your way in. And thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Lucille Boykins, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Picture Me Crafting, thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. Marianne Ciobacco, welcome. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. And Solar Creations, love the name. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. To Be Young, Gifted in Black, hello, Dee Dee, hello, Justin McCoy. Hey, Justin, welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Lena Doyle Crafting, thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Rosalind McElween, welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. And y'all, I'm going to have to scroll down. So thank you all so very much for being here with us this evening because I am super excited. Hey, Delonda. Super excited to go over all of this from the beginning. How cool is that when you got to start over? Karen Knighton, hello. I'm scrolling down. So the Habit Band is in the building. LaQuanta Thomas. Okay, welcome, Habit Brand. The Habit Brand. Welcome, Habit Brand. We appreciate you being here. So you guys, I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat. Hey, Angie. And hey, Nick Nack Nurse, welcome. If you have any questions, Mr. McQuackins will star them. I will try to make sure I get to them. But let me warn you ahead of time. I'm going to be cycling through cameras and showing different machines. So I may not be able to get to your question as quickly as I would like to. But I will definitely try. And then, of course, we also have a wonderful group of folks in here who are able to answer questions as well. So definitely, if you have a question, go ahead and drop it in the chat. Also, if you have a baby, you know what I'm talking about. If you've been here before, we love to celebrate new babies. Go ahead and let us know, because we got a new baby to celebrate here as well. I haven't done the unboxing yet. It's still in the box, but I definitely wanted to share that with you guys. Unfortunately, I've had it for a little over a week and should have rang the bell before, but I haven't. So that's me not asking to start over, D. I love it and I appreciate it. Even though you know I'll start over for you, girl. That's what's up. So let's ring the bell for the baby. Okay. I gotta go get the baby though. The baby's not in here because the baby is still in the box. But I'm gonna go get the baby. And I'm excited about this baby because many have been asking about this. And so what we're going to do is we are going to be able to go back to basics, so to speak. So let me go grab the baby. All right. And if I can get to it, let's see. I gotta move stuff around, so if you hear crashing and banging, don't be surprised. And I can hear Mr. McQuackins now. You should ask me to get it. But him getting it ain't as fun as me getting it. So here is our new baby. How cute is it? Look, still in the diapers. We got us a PE 900. It is from Heat Transfer Warehouse, as you can tell from the stickers. It is a 5x7 embroidery machine. Now, I'm super excited about this baby because embroidery is where we started. And so we will be able to go back to doing quite a few embroidery videos. I'm really excited about that. And also showcase more embroidery products, because y'all don't know it, but I've been showing embroidery products here and there, but I have way more that we really need to go over. So I'm excited about breaking all of those out and then doing some more embroidery here. Now, this will not be the only embroidery baby, so to speak, but for now, there's that one. Alrighty. So congratulations to the baby's booty. Holler. Yes, honey. Yes, I'm excited. So this is we got it from Heat Transfer Warehouse because they are selling embroidery machines. If you didn't know that, they are carrying the PE 900. And they wanted people to know that. As a matter of fact, it's on my storefront with my store page with Heat Transfer Warehouse. And so what we'll be doing is trying to get some instructional videos together so that they can feature them and, be able to show people what they can do with the embroidery machine. And that's a great starter point machine for a lot of folks. If you didn't know, I would definitely recommend a 5x7 single needle embroidery machine. If you're wanting to get into embroidery, I personally truly feel is the best starting point to go with. Now, if you can't swing the price tag, which Heat Transfer Warehouse has Klarna and I think Afterpay, but I know they have Klarna. Then you can make payments on it and make it more affordable. But if you can't, then Walmart does carry the 4x4 embroidery machine, and you can do a lot with that as well. Okay, I want to say it's just as good because 4x4 is a lot smaller than a 5x7, but you can still make money with it. And someone emailed me the nicest email yesterday about her experience with the 4x4 machine, and she was very appreciative. So at any rate, that's that. I wanted to show that. So let me go over to Bet has Wi-Fi as brother has. Yes, so this one does have Wi-Fi. So you can upload designs to it wirelessly. Yes, you can. Which is why the other reason why I was like, oh, we can get a new machine, can't we, Mr. McQuackins? We would love that. Lila Floyd, thank you for being A member for 17 months. Holler. Yes, family. Yes. She said, let us know when there's a space on the petition team. Tianda always has an opening on the petition team, I'm sure. So we do still have the PE 800, but what we're going to do is we are going to donate the PE 800 to a young family that has some early teenage girls, two of them that love to do crafting and are looking to launch their own business and stuff. So we're going to donate that to them and give them a fresh start. And hopefully they'll learn a lot and join us in our little family. You never know. So that's the plan to do with that one. All right. So if you have any questions, Rochelle says, and it cuts the jump stitches. Okay, I'm excited because I haven't opened it yet. We do, y'all know how I am with these pre-recorded videos. I've got to do better. But the plan is to do an unboxing and break down all of the parts one by one and the features as the beginning video, and then go from there with projects and stuff. Let me make sure I haven't missed any questions. I listened to Miss Eve in 2020 and got you the PE 770. Yes, EJ's daughter. That is for certain, because the 770 is a good machine to start with. And the thing is, don't get it twisted, okay? Just because I love embroidery doesn't mean that you'll love embroidery, okay? If you want to give it a try, there's nothing wrong with that. But what I will say is this: the 5x7 machine is much easier to sell if you decide in the future that this just ain't for me. I don't like embroidery. This isn't working. The 5x7 is a much easier machine to sell. Whereas the 4x4 machine, people are kind of like, I don't know. That's 4x4. I wanted a bigger one. That's the one more people will go with. Okay. So that's why I usually suggest it, because number one, you have ample room. Number two, it's a more appealing machine than the 4x4. The 4x4 is still a good machine and you still can sell it, because I've bought some off of Facebook Marketplace and whatnot. But the 5x7, of course, is more bang for your buck. Okay. Let me make sure I'm not missing. I see a star. I got that one. Next month, I get my Silhouette Cameo 5. So excited, Carol DeLone says. Yes, honey. And that is what is propelling this particular video topic tonight. Okay, this particular live. May I please ask for Patrice to get a new bell? The last time she rang her bell, it was... I think that might be user error. I'm gonna leave that alone. We'll have to see with the next video, right? I'm looking forward to the classes about a brother 2-in-1 embroidery sewing machine that is currently collecting dust. Yeah, we gotta fix that. Diane asks, where would be a good place to pick up a used one to try out? What I would suggest, unfortunately, what I would suggest. Oh, that's a difficult question to ask, because the perfect, so to speak, answer would be find a brother dealer. Okay, that would be the perfect answer. The problem with that perfect answer is, if you go to a brother dealer, the cost is usually more than what you would get from, like, heat transfer warehouse. Also, because a lot of people do trade in these 5x7 machines for the larger multi-needle machine or the larger single needle machines that are thousands of dollars. So sometimes you can pick up a used 5x7 from a dealer. The good thing about picking it up from the dealer is, usually the dealer will kind of warranty it a little bit. Like, they will service it, make sure it works and all of that jazz. At least ask them first. Say, hey, did y'all service this? Did you check it? Did you make sure it works? Do I have a warranty? Whether it's 10 days or 30 days or 3 months or 3 years. Doesn't matter. Something is better than nothing to try it out. That's the downside. But you also can check Facebook Marketplace, because a lot of times Facebook Marketplace will have used machines where people are like, okay, I did use the 5x7. I love the 5x7, but I'm ready to upgrade and go bigger. you might could find that. Or you could find where someone, usually the ones that I would get off of Facebook Marketplace, I'd read the listing. And a lot of times those people are like, I just didn't have time for it. Or I couldn't get into it. Or it just really wasn't for me. I didn't like it. Something like that. And that lets me know they had the machine, they used the machine, and there's a good possibility they didn't break it, but they just didn't like it. Now I did get one where the lady was a little abusive to it, and I could tell she wasn't truthful about it, but it ended up being okay, because I figured out how to fix whatever the situation was. So Facebook Marketplace is like a catch-22. I would never suggest Craigslist. Never. But Facebook Marketplace, you can at least see how long a person has been on Facebook. Like if they're selling something and they've been on Facebook since 2020, that's a red flag. Okay. You want to find somebody that's been on Facebook for years, like 6 years, 8 years, something like that. So that if something goes wrong, you actually see who you're purchasing it from. And usually folks are on the up and up on Facebook. But I'm just saying. So I'm answering that question, but at the same time, please be careful purchasing used equipment, because it's just like buying a used car. You kind of don't know what you're going to get. You might be buying somebody else's problems. And but at the same time, you can go through the same thing buying a brand new machine too, because there are instances where brand new machines just don't work. I'm just saying. So, it's a catch-22 no matter what you do. Like Sheila Cushionberry said on eBay, check reseller ratings. Yes, that's definitely a fact. Carol DeLong has the 1900 sewing and embroidery, the 5x7 embroidery. Is the learning curve steep for embroidery? If you have someone who is patient and can explain things to you step by step, it's not really steep. It really isn't, because unlike a lot of other crafts, the designs are usually made for you already. You just download them. You just got to know what to download. You download them, put them on the machine, stitch them out. And you got to know your different fabrics and the different stabilizers to go with them. But depending upon what you want to do, it can be super simple or it can get complicated depending upon just how deep down the rabbit hole you go. But with the smaller machines, it makes it a lot easier than the larger multi-needle machines. I will say that. The larger multi-needle machines have a bit of a bigger learning curve than the smaller ones. Patrice the Credible Things has a bell ringing phobia. Ooh, y'all are just so horrible. All right. Have a good night, Miss Carol DeLong. So let's get into it. And there are many how-to videos on YouTube regarding embroidery. That is correct, because Borq is Sewing and Craft. She has embroidery videos as well. So there's quite a few of us that do videos. Now, as far as, I did see someone ask about hats. You can do hats on the single needle embroidery machines. You don't necessarily have to have, I'm tripping. We were supposed to be talking about the cutting machines, and here we are on embroidery. What time is it? 9:26. We got 4 minutes. So with embroidery on hats, a lot of it depends on the hat. Okay. So you don't necessarily have to have a special machine to embroider on hats. Now I'm going to preface this. Time out a little bit. We're going to preface this by saying my 6 needle brother embroidery machine is 5 years old, I think. About 5 years old. Might be 5, might be 6. So I don't know anything about the brand spanking new 6 needle or 10 needle brother embroidery machines. But what I will say is this. When I bought that machine, it comes with a hat attachment where you can embroider on hats. But in the manual, it tells you not to do structured hats. Okay. And what structured hats are is this type of hat right here. So this is a structured cap. A structured cap has this scratchy, tough buckram. And when you go to flex, it pops back into place. It's really stiff. This is a structured cap. An unstructured cap, it flops around, kind of how this is floppy. You can get a lot of unstructured caps from like Walmart because those are usually your cheaper hats. Dad caps are structured caps because they're really floppy on the front, the dad caps, and they're low profile. So those are the type of hats that the brother machines was saying, yeah, we got a hat driver, but this is not the type of hat we want you to use. You can use those floppy kinds, okay? The thing is, the floppy kind of hats you can do on the single needle flatbed machines too. You just gotta lay them, smush the front flat. But these are so hard to smush flat. I wouldn't use these in the flatbed needle. You can do it, but you gotta hold your mouth right, and you kind of gotta have the right attitude, and you gotta have patience to do these on a single needle flat machine. On the commercial or industrial, rather, on the industrial multi-needle machines, they can do these without missing a beat. Okay, so if you're looking to do a lot of structured hats, that's the route you want to go. You don't want to go this route. I mean, you don't want to go the brother embroidery machine route. Okay, now again, I'm saying that to say I don't know what the newest ones are like. Maybe they've improved that feature to be able to do structured caps. Okay, so that part I don't know, but I know my red line will eat this up for lunch. It'll just take care of it, stitch it out. What's next? Type situation. Okay, so no, you don't absolutely have to, but in the manual for the cap driver, read your manual with your machine. In your manual, it does not recommend doing structured caps with that cap driver. Read your manual. That's all I gotta say. I mean, if you want to, you not saying you can't do them, because I've done it in broken needles and skip stitches, and it didn't turn out. You can do it, but it's not recommended. And there's very valid. The back of that, as a matter of fact, there's a slope on the back of that machine it's just not friendly to structure caps. It's just not. But you can try it. That's my 2 cents, but you can try it. Okay, read your manual. Because all my equipment, I read the manuals front to back. That's just how I am, because I don't want to do something and stitch something or cut something that voids my warranty because I didn't read the manual, because I was trying to do something. And then I call them up, oh, well, I was trying to cut this, or I was trying to stitch that. And they're like, oh, you're not supposed to do that. It's in the manual. And then I done voided my warranty. Okay. So anyways, let's get into it. So let us go look at our first contender. Our first one we're going to look at is the Graphtec. Okay, so this is Graphy. This is Graphy, and Graphy is awesome sauce. I love my Graphtec. All right, so actually, you know what? Before I start talking too much about the Graphtec, let me pull up the appropriate information for it, because this machine is available for purchase at Heat Transfer Warehouse. Okay, so if you go to Heat Transfer Warehouse and you go in their menu and you click on equipment and you go to vinyl cutter, Graphtec is listed there. Now what I have is the 15-inch CE 7000 Graphtec. Okay, and Graphy is right now just the machine itself, no stand, no nothing. Right now on Heat Transfer Warehouse, this one is $1,116. They do have Afterpay, they do have Klarna, and they also have Affirm. Okay, so you can make payments in order to get this particular machine. What do I love and what do I not like about this machine? Okay, so what I do not like about this machine is it's, not super fancy. It's not, you got your digital manual thingy up here where you got to figure it out. Your blade is not auto. You got to set your blade yourself. It is industrial. It's big. It's bulky. It's heavy. It's not super cute, so I had to bling it up and add my own bling to it and whatnot. But I mean, at the end of the day, that is pretty much all I don't particularly care for about that machine. The pros to that machine is industrial. It is an industrial machine. I absolutely love that because I can cut just about any type of material with this. As a matter of fact, it handles my rhinestone flock like a dream. The cool thing about this machine is it has a vacuum in it. Hold on, let me let you hear that. Let me see. Hold on, let's put some flock in there so that you can hear it. I forgot I gotta load something in it first. So I pulled the pressure. I loaded. I did not load anything, but there is pressure sensitive rollers that hold your media down and slide your media back and forth. And I locked that down, but you didn't hear anything. It was like load media. How did it know? Because it has a vacuum. So once I load this, it doesn't tell me to load anything anymore. So then when I hit, you hear the air, you hear it cut off. That is the vacuum. So what that vacuum suction does is it lets the machine know that there's these holes. If these holes where the vacuum air goes is blocked, then that means there's still media over the top of it. So it knows this is the front edge of whatever it is that I'm trying to cut, whether it's vinyl flock or whatever, where there's air holes on the back too. So that way it knows when the back of the material comes across it and it unblocks the holes back there. Well, then that's the end of it. It can't cut anymore. And it lets me know, hey, you just ran out of stuff to cut. You need to add some more. And then it'll keep cutting. So I think that's super cool. I love that about this machine, with the vacuum, to be able to tell when there's material. It'll also tell how big the material is, because if all of these holes are blocked, then it knows it's this wide. If it's this many holes blocked, then it knows it's that wide. Super cool. Love that part. The other thing I love about this is, y'all, it's lightning fast to cut your material, like super fast. So we will see that here in a moment. And Miss Debbie Kidd, hey honey, she says it could be temperamental. I have the 24-inch Graphtec. And again, the Graphtec price is a little more than your regular cutter machine at $1,116 right now at Heat Transfer Warehouse. But you guys, I kid you not, this sucker is fast. Okay, so that is Graphy, the Graphtec. All right, and so now let's go to our next contenders. Now our next contenders are on two different cameras. I'm sorry, not two different cameras, two different machines on one camera. Okay, so this is my Cameo Silhouette 4. All right, so this is the Cameo. It is, let me get the price of this, because this is at Heat Transfer Warehouse too, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Now Cameo just came out with a new cutter. Okay, hold on, I think there's an echo. I hear myself, so give me a minute. Final cutter, Silhouette Cameo. Okay, so right now I'm clicking on Silhouette Cameo on there we go. All right, so I'm clicking on the Silhouette Cameo 4 on the website. They have the Pro for 24-inch. It is, oh my gosh, y'all, hold on. I got to show you this. This is crazy. And I know why it's like that. I know it's right. Look, the 24-inch is $343 right now. This is insane. You see how much it was? It was $529. Now it's $343. And look, the Cameo 4 Plus, which is the 15-inch one, is now $280. The Cameo 4 is now $200. And that's because they had the new Cameo 5s out. So if you've ever wanted a Silhouette Cameo, the prices is crazy right now. Would I suggest you go get one right now? No. Unless you already have Cameos, you already use Cameos, and you love them and you need a couple more so that you can cut more things at one time, then yeah, go ahead and grab it. But otherwise, that's a trip to see the prices this low. Excuse me, but again, I understand why, because they released the Cameo 5, so it makes sense. Okay. So here is Cameo, and as you see here, the prices right now, that Cameo 4 that I'm showing y'all on mine is $200. But like I said, they do have the Cameo 5 that's going to be coming out. Okay. I don't know anything about the Cameo 5 other than they have the electro magnetic mat, whereas this one has the sticky mat just like Cricut does. Lord, as you see, paper doesn't see. This is why they have the electrostatic mat. So those are receipts that should not have been stuck to that mat, but they were. And ordinarily, if this mat had been any stickier, it would have ripped those receipts. Whereas the new electrostatic mat, you can put receipts, little thin pieces of paper like that on these mats, and it won't tear them because it's not adhesive based. Okay, so that's pretty cool. But other than that, I don't know anything else about the new Cameo 5 because I just got Romeo. I really don't want to think about another machine. And I like living in a happy home, happy wife, happy life type situation. I really don't want to rock that boat and be trying to spend some money on another cutter when I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cutters already. Okay. Let's not do that. So I don't want to think about another Cameo. Besides, let's talk about what I don't like about the Cameo. So the Cameo 4, what I don't like about the Cameo 4 is I've been having issues with cutting my flock with it. Honestly, that's pretty much about the only thing I don't really like about the Cameo 4 itself. So no matter what I did, I had Picasso. Picasso cut the flock at first and was doing okay with the flock at first, but then it started cutting in ovals. So I was like, maybe I just need a new cutting machine. So I bought a new cutting machine, got rid of Picasso, and got this one, and it's still cutting in ovals. And then I was like, okay, well, I don't believe in coincidences, but maybe that second one was a dud too. And I got a third one, and that one used to sit up here prior to tonight, and it cuts oval. So I was like, no, I'm not putting up with this because I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know if it's the software, I don't know if it's the firmware, I don't know why it's doing that. So that's the pretty much only thing, really, in a way, I don't like about the Cameo. Because what I do like about the Cameo is the Cameo has the 12 by 12 mat, just like Cricut. But whenever I put stuff on the mat to cut with the Cameo, I don't have that half inch on either side that I can't cut like I do with Cricut. So I can cut the full 12 inches of whatever vinyl or material that I put on here. I absolutely love that. I love the software for the Cameo. Love, love, love the software with the Cameo. It has rhinestone software built into it. It has a lot of different elements to the software that allow you to manipulate your whatever design it is that you're putting in the software. So you can do a whole lot with it. It's not just one or two or three little things that you can do and then you just got to deal with the rest. It's not like that. It's a very powerful software program. You do pay for it. Okay. You pay for the software. Right now it's on sale. It used to be $99. Somebody let us know what the price is now, but it's not 99 as of this moment. So if you don't have Silhouette Business Edition, I don't care what, I would say I don't care what program or what cutter you have. Silhouette Business Edition is an excellent software program. Absolutely love it. I would recommend it just to have it because it is a good software program. What was the other thing I was going to say? The software I love. Um, the fact that I can cut the full thing. There's something else about the Silhouette that I absolutely love. Right now it escapes me. It's Bluetooth. This one is the 4, but I said they got the 5 now. Um, Can't think of the other thing, but I'm sure it'll come to me because we're going to move to the Cricut. And so, like, this is Cricut, this is Prince. Okay, Prince is the Cricut Maker. He's purple. He has 2 cartridges. This has 2 cartridges as well, so that you can use a pen with it if you want to. That's the other part. That's the other part. That's what it was. So the other thing I like about Cameo and Silhouette, the Cameo 4, even though you're paying for the software, it's a one-time payment, it's not a subscription. But the other thing I love about the one-time payment is off gate, number one. Number two, I can design and create and do whatever I want in Cameo Silhouette designer space, but the not designer space in Silhouette Business Edition. I can save that SVG Business Edition, the highest one. I can save it and I can export my SVG and use it wherever the heck I want to use it. I cannot do that with Cricut. If I create or make anything in Cricut Design Space, it is now property of Cricut Design Space. It's not my property. So I am in love with Silhouette for that reason, because this allows me to create SVGs, whether it be rhinestone templates or anything else for that matter, take it outside of the program and I can post it on Etsy or my own website and sell it and make money, in addition to being able to cut out and create things that I can sell as well. So that is a huge thing for me. I absolutely love the fact that they give you free reign to be your own creator, so to speak. Whereas these guys, no, you can't. It's an easy interface to use. Actually, let's back up what I don't like. So I don't like the fact that I'm restricted with anything I create in their software. That sucks. Like, if I created it, it should be mine. I should be able to take it wherever I want. I shouldn't be restricted to Cricut, but I am. Don't like that. Even though you can offer whatever you create in Cricut Design Space to other Design Space users. So, I still don't think that's right. I can't see the chat, but I will check the chat here in a minute once we go over to the cutting table. So you can't do that. The other thing I don't like is with Cricut, with their cutting mat, they have a cutting mat, like I said, that is just like, is that Cricut? No, that's Cricut. That's off brand. We want to get an actual Cricut cutting mat. The other thing I don't like is when you're using your Cricut cutting mat, it's like this half inch here and that half inch there. You're restricted. You can't cut in those areas. Now, from what I understand, the Cricut Maker 3, you can, from what I understand, because the Cricut Maker 3 will actually do up to 13 inches. But I don't have the Cricut Maker 3. I just have the Cricut Maker. So I don't know about the Venture or I think that's the only new machine they have is the Venture. So, but with this one, you can't. What I love about Cricut, I love the ease of their software, because it's just like anybody can learn how to use Cricut. And then once you learn, it's like you don't have to stress about too much of anything, because it's just a very simple interface. You do this, you do that, you do that, you do that, and that's pretty much all you can do. And so it's easy to use. I do appreciate the fact, well, both of them have a really robust design gallery, so to speak, access to a lot of really cool things like projects and designs and stuff, whereas you don't get that with Graphtec. So, they already have ready-made projects that you can access for both of these. The price for both of these, I absolutely love. Now, Heat Transfer Warehouse does not sell Cricut, but you can go on Amazon and find Cricut cutting machines, and the prices range, fam. I don't even want to go into the prices for Cricut, because they have the Venture, which I'm sure has driven some prices down. They have the new Cricut Joy, which I'm sure has driven the price of the regular Joy down. You can get Cricut Air machines fairly inexpensively, the Air 2s. This is the original Maker. You can get these fairly inexpensively. The Maker 3s and the Air 3s will be the more pricier ones, but even then, being pricey is not super pricey. So I would just suggest Amazon. I do have an Amazon link below. You can click that if you don't mind. to go check out prices for Cricut. Just do a search for Cricut machines. So I love the price. I love their color schemes too. Like Cricut was on it. They knew people wanted colors to match their spaces. I appreciate that, Cricut. I definitely do, because it's like nobody else really got that memo. They're set like pink or black or white, and that's it. That sucks. I'm not a pink or a black or a white chick. I like purple. Come through purple. So it's like, you know, I understand it costs money to make variations of stuff. But yeah, I do love the fact that they really went out and made sure that they had, color schemes and stuff for people. So I thought that was super cool. Both of these have easy to use blade systems. This one has an auto blade. This one you can actually change the blade, and we'll talk about that as well a little bit later, which is super cool with the Cricut, because the Cricut, this is the blade holder, and the blade holder, you can actually change just the blade, whereas with the Silhouette, that's an auto blade system, so you can't change the physical blade itself. So I got to change the whole blade holder, as you'll see right here. When I replace the blade in my Silhouette, I got to replace the whole contraption, right? Whereas with Cricut, I can just pull this blade out. Same with Graphtec. I can just pull this blade out and just replace the little metal blade itself. Now, you can purchase better blades than this to use with your Cricut and get better cutting results, which I just found that out tonight. So in speaking to our captains tonight in our captains meetup, come to find out, there's a Roland 45-degree blade that you can buy that will fit inside the Cricut holder, and it cuts the flock very well. So if you've been having issues cutting your rhinestone flock with your Cricut, you might want to invest in that Roland 45-degree blade. I think I put the chat in the description. I mean, the link to that in the description. It's available at the Rhinestone World for sure. If I did not put that link in the description, I'll get it and put it there, because I would much rather you guys have an easier time cutting your flock. Okay, because we got enough issues cutting flock as it is. We don't need no help when it comes to the blade. So get a really good blade to use with your Cricut. And from what I understand, the Roland 45-inch blade, the 45-degree, blade that you can put in here lasts for forever. Like, whereas Cricut blades, you got to replace every so often. At Roland, you don't have to. So definitely check that out for your Cricut machines. Okay. All right. So that is the, that's those two machines. Now let's see if we can't pull this up and see if I can't get this to work right, because it is my other camera. I don't know why it's leaned that way, but at any rate, now y'all gonna have to see my gut. All right, so here is the Romeo. So let's pull Romeo forward and let you see Romeo. Let's move this for the time being. Let's not spill that. And I gotta move my camera holder. And let me know if you get an echo, because I am using my phone over here. And for whatever reason, I have it on use the headset, and it's not going to act right, but I was trying something. Okay. And I was tired of fighting. All right. So here is, let's move the candy trays. So here is the Romeo. Okay. Now, Romeo is smexy. All right. Romeo is smexy. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and pull this a little bit more forward. So Romeo has touchscreen interface here. Let's slide this to the side. All right. So Romeo has nice sleek lines. Absolutely super cute the way it's made. It has LED lights built into it to help you be able to see what you're cutting easier. And then it has pressure rollers as well the little rollers that help guide your flock in and out. You can use the CB09 in your silhouette and change those blades just like the Cricut. Did not know that, Crafty Leo. I don't know how to do that with the silhouette, but that would have saved me a whole ton of money because I've been replacing these blades, wearing these blades out because I use them for labels. And when I tell you we've been eating through these, like the blades don't really last. Remind me, please, remind me to give you a tip of something I learned the hard way on what could be wrong with your cutter other than your blades. Okay, what can be wrong? But I buy them because we go through these. So I wish I had known I could change the blade. I wish I had known that. But it's no worries. You live and learn. So here is Romeo. Romeo is 24 inches. Siser also has the 12-inch version. Her name is Juliet. Both machines cut really fast, really cleanly. I absolutely, well, let's start with what I don't like. What I don't like about the Romeo is I had to make an adjustment to this blade holder. Okay, what I did not like was I was cutting with it, and for whatever reason this blade holder, I don't know what the deal is with it, but it would loosen. So there's a two-part ring system that you twist one way and twist one the other way to lock the blade into place. Well, what was happening was as I was cutting flock, and it could be the friction of doing the circles back, constantly. I tried the aluminum foil. It only lasted for a little itty bitty bit. So that's why I just kicked aluminum foil to the curb. And I didn't have time really to go through that because when we got to crank out labels, we got to crank them out. So it was like, but anyway, so that was causing me a problem. And, that kind of sucked because it was new out the box and I was having issues, but someone had already gone through that and figured out that they could put two O-rings. I have a green one and a black one on here, and they double stacked O-rings, and that helps lock those two in place to help keep that from wiggling like it was doing. And so I haven't had an issue with it since. Absolutely love that fix. So that helped me out, but I did not like having to go through that at first. That sucked. The other thing was I was having issues with the Wi-Fi, but then again, that's me. I'm pretty sure that's user error, but I don't know for sure. I kept losing connection with my Wi-Fi, so I had to have this plugged up. So I unplugged the my Sawgrass printer and plugged this up instead. So now I don't use this wirelessly. I use it plugged in. I don't care for that. I would much rather use my equipment wirelessly because it's just easier for me. But I don't know why it kept losing connection. I don't have that issue with those guys. And I don't know I don't think if it was Bluetooth, I think it would have been easier. But it wasn't connected. It was connected wirelessly and it didn't stay connected. But other than that, what I love about it, 24 inches. Love 24 inches. That is so super awesome. I can cut wherever I want. I also usually when I purchase my glitter vinyl, because I purchased my glitter vinyl from a wholesaler, it comes in this 19-inch roll. So that's perfect for this machine. If I wanted to cut a roll and not have to cut it up, I can put it on here and it cut this glitter vinyl super easy, like butter. I also have other vinyls that I get from there. Like here is my regular Siser vinyl that I purchased from them. This is not 12 inches. This is, how big is this roll? This is 15 inches. So this is a 15-inch roll that I get from the same company. So I don't have to worry about, having to cut this down to fit the Cricut mat or anything like that. I can just put this on. This and the silhouette has a roll holder. So I can actually put a roll holder. If this was 12 inches, I could put a roll holder on the Cameo, but this one I don't have to worry about that. I can put this 15 inch roll on a roll holder and let it just do the whole roll if I wanted to. So I absolutely love that part of the Siser Romeo. I also love the software to that program. I mean, to that machine. So the Siser software, Leonardo, is very simple to use. So a lot of people are like, how hard is it to learn the software? So these guys, unlike Cricut, these guys, whenever you hover over the different parts in the program, you see an icon for something and you don't know what it is. If you hover your mouse pointer over whatever that icon is, you don't understand, a tooltip will pop right up, and it'll say, this is duplicates, this is welding, this is, so it lets you know what each thing is. The software is easy to use. Once you get used to and you hover over something more than a couple of times, you're like, oh yeah, that's right, this is duplicates, or oh, that's right, this is weld. And you eventually get used to where everything is and you don't have to figure stuff out. I don't like to figure things out. Like, okay, that's what this picture is. It's not hovering, it's not telling me anything. What is it? Okay, so I love the software, and the software is constantly being improved. The other thing I love about this is they listen to us. They listen to the end user. They listen, you guys. Like, if you are in the forums, if you're in the Facebook group, if you're in the instant message group, if you have an issue and you reach out to them, they help you, but they also will answer your questions and say, you know what? We'll take that into consideration. And they do. I love that. Cricut is just like, okay, yeah, whatever. We over here doing what we want to do. Okay. Siser, I don't even know if you can. I'm not Siser. Cameo, Silhouette. I don't even know if you can reach anybody over there to talk to them and tell them stuff, because those guys have been in the business so long. They're like, this is what we do. We know what we're doing. Siser is like, hey, what do you want? I love that. I love that. So yes, this is Siser. So what we're going to do today is, or tonight, is we are going to take the time to actually go over and cut a design out with each one of these machines. We're going to time each machine. My goal was to have all of them cutting at the same time. When I thought about it, I'm like, I can't press go on all these machines at one time. So we're going to find a fairly simple design and cut them all out on each machine separately. And we're going to film it and we're going to time it. Okay. And see how that goes. So if you want to help out, you can get a timer ready. I'm going to have my cell phone. I'll have my timer on, and we compare our times and make sure that I'm not just coming up with something and just saying something. We're actually going to have a good time and we're going to make this work. All right. So let me go back and see if we had any questions. AJ Harris said, I had Bluetooth issues with my Cameo 3, so I just ran cables. Yeah. And that's what you kind of got to do. Michelle says, I love the light on the Romeo. Yeah, it is bright and it's nice. I wanted to be able to compare the StarCraft, but I don't have a StarCraft. I also gave my brother scanning cut to my daughter-in-law. But the thing with the brother scanning cut is I had an old one, like old. So I don't think it would have been fair to run that. Even though technically with the Silhouette 5 out, it really ain't fair to run these because they say the Silhouette 5 is faster. But this is what I have. Silhouette ain't send me one to test the speed on it. And I'm okay with that because, like I said, I got enough cutters. So hopefully somebody, when they get the Silhouette 5, will show you the rhinestone designs that I used. You can go get the design, run it, time it, and let us know what it is in the Facebook group. We would love to see your timing as well. Let me see if I did not miss anything. Your Cricut just sits there. Oh no. Well, hey, 755. My Cricut sits there now because I was using the Cricut for my rhinestone flock. But now that's what Graphy is for. All right. So Richie, a lot of folks have already let them know about the blade loosening. So yes, one more message to them, I'm sure will definitely help. So meanwhile, you guys, in the description of our video, we have a link that we always have every week where we have a rhinestone designer that will latest. We have a rhinestone designer that makes rhinestone designs for our group and offers it to this group only at a special price. Okay. So let me share that screen with you and show you what we got this week and what we're going to cut out this week. Okay. So here is check your print settings and your paper settings. I don't have an issue with my sawgrass. My sawgrass is perfect. It is perfect. Thank goodness. Absolutely love it. These are the designs for this week. Okay. And okay, so they end right here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 designs available this week, and also a coloring contest, which is super cool. And these are all $5 for 24 hours. So if you're interested in any one of these designs, go check them out, go download them so that you can get you a great deal. Also, there's a mystery box that has mystery designs in it, and it's $2. So you can grab this deal, get you a special price on some super cool designs in here as well. And then again, you get you a really great deal. So definitely check out the designs this week. A lot of thought and effort went into these designs. And then this one, blood type is pumpkin spice. Let me make sure which one. This one has 780 SS10 crystals. And then this one has how many? Let's see. This one has 350 tangerine and 615 crystal. So we're going to cut out the blood type as pumpkin spice. Okay. And we're going to cut this same template out on all of the cutters. Okay. So that's what the plan is for tonight. You just got in. Do you think it would work to make a design with the rhinestones on tape, vacuum seal it to the backing to send in the mail so that the customer can press anywhere themselves? Yes. There's a lot of people that do that. They create rhinestone transfers. You probably could vacuum seal it. I didn't even think to vacuum seal. You could do that. But if you get some really good transfer tape, hot fix transfer tape, a lot of times they don't move. And what I generally do is I mail, like if there's something like that that might shift around or cause a problem, I have rigid mailers that I will stick it in, stay flat rigid mailers that I will mail stuff like that in, so that it doesn't bend or flex or anything like that, so that it'll make it to its destination safely. So yeah, there's more than one way to skin that cat and get your rhinestone transfers. Internet issue where you don't have to use a USB. Oh, I knew what you were talking about, but that I don't have that issue with my sawgrass. You mentioned sawgrass. It's the Siser that I was having that issue with. So I use the code for that. So I did. Let's see. Did we ring the bell for Diane? No, Diane, we did not ring the bell for Diane. What does Diane have? You just got your Romeo up and running today and was so excited for perfect cuts on the flop. Nice. Sweet holler. Yes, ma'am. Holler. Yes, thank you, honey. Yes, honey, for letting us know. And as Mr. McCracken is pointing out, I did not ring the bell for the super chat. I was answering the question. El Nicole, thank you for the super chat. Holler. Yes, honey. Yes. I really need to pay attention to the private messages on my Sawgrass. I mean, got me saying sawgrass. There's nothing wrong with my sawgrass. In my StreamYard. The coloring one is free. I didn't see that. I missed that memo. It sure is free. Okay, so cool. Let me go back and show you that. Share screen, entire screen. Thank you, Gail. That's an important point to bring out. So look, the coloring contest is free. This is a free design. This is a free design. Let's see, how many stones is in this one? It probably has, this is 1,283 SS10 stones. So it's more than the other one, but this is a free design and you can read the information. You make a creative physical product with the free template, post it on the contest post in the Who Group Facebook page, and the most creative, will get a $50 rhinestone mechanic design credit, and the winner will be announced on October the 1st. The deadline is September the 30th. So I apologize, Dennis. I missed all. That's what happens when you get tunnel vision on something that you plan to do. So this one is free for the coloring contest, and you're coloring with stones, not with markers. Okay, so definitely check that out and join in if you want to. All right, so let's go, and we're going to grab the blood type is pumpkin spice, and my dog is having a whole coughing fit behind me. I apologize. So we're going to cut the flock for this. Now, the thing is, each software program has its own interface to send the design to the program. Okay. So we got to deal with that as well. So let me grab these designs and then we will open up each. That's the other thing. It's like I can't do all of them all at one time because I have to hit send the design to each one of the machines and then tell each one of the machines to go. And then it's like, I can't do all of that at the same time. So we're going to have to do each machine at a time. Okay. Hey, Lisa Nelson. So let's go grab the pumpkin spice design. All right. And so that's there. Now, whenever you get a design, whether it be from just about any website, you'll usually have to extract it. Sometimes on our website, I'll just have the SVG, so you don't have to extract anything. But in most instances, you'll have to extract. So I just did that. So let's open up. Let's see who we want to start with. Do we want to start with Cameo, Cricut, Siser? Because we're going to save Graphy for last. Save the best for last. I don't want to say the best. We'll save the fastest for last. We got a new member, Leslie Cash Tips. Holler! Thank you for joining our membership. Holler! Yas, honey. Yas. Thank you, Ms. Leela Nelson. Welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. We appreciate you. So let's start with Cricut, because Cricut is already up there. We're already pretty familiar with Cricut. So let me get Cricut pulled up and put on the correct screen over here so that I can share screen and we can upload the design. Thank you guys for ringing the bell for our new member joining the family. Oh Lord, Cricut got an update. That's the other thing. Cricut have more updates than any software I have ever seen. Well, no. There's another software that's update way more than that, but it's just constant updates with Cricut Design Space. Yes, we will be cutting flock, not vinyl tonight, because bling, we want to see how it cuts the flock. But a lot of people have issues cutting flock with their Cricut. I don't have issues cutting flock with my Cricut. Now we'll see tonight if I have to eat those words. But in the past, I normally don't have issues cutting my flock. Okay. So let's share the screen. Let's do entire screen. Boom. Here is Cricut. All right. And so what we're going to do is go in the upper left-hand corner and do a new project. Cricut updates every time, just about every time you log in. I'll be like, Lord. And now it's wanting to, there we go. So let's go to upload image. We're going to browse. I'm going to go to my downloads is where it should be. And blood type is pumpkin spice, and we're gonna grab this one. So the one thing I do appreciate for sure with Rhinestone Mechanic is he offers designs in for those of us who don't necessarily use Cricut. You can download this, you can open this one, but this one is for Cricut Design Space, because Cricut Design Space, you know, my girl has issues a little bit. So let's click on Design Space and we'll click open, pop right up, and then we'll do upload. All right, and so I'm gonna select that and I'm gonna add to canvas. And once I add to canvas, check size, check the bounding box, which means this orange box is 9 by 9 inches. Okay, so if I ungroup this and then select this box, it should be 9 by 9. And you come up here and look at the size, and there it is, 9 by 9. Or you can see it right here in this little pop-up box above it once it's selected. So this is the right size. So you don't have to worry about your rhinestones not falling into place for SS10 size stones. Okay, so we don't need this anymore, so you can delete that because we verified that the size is correct. And so now we can cut this. All right, and so the size of this, like we just said, is 9 by 9. So I can cut a 12 by 12 square flock, put it on my Cricut mat, and be able to cut it. So let's go to make it. And here we are. And then once I cut out my flock, I'm going to put it on the mat, and then we will go. So let us pop over that camera. And this one is that camera. And then let's do this, because there it is. And we are going to remove this one. All right, because we already know what the interface looks like for me to hit go. Okay, so the other point I wanted to bring out that I learned the hard way when it comes to doing cutting anything with our Cricut machines, there's something I had to find out the hard way. Let's see, is this 9 by 9? Yeah, this is big enough. So hopefully I haven't cut anything with this. So no, it don't look like I cut anything. So what I found out the hard way just Friday, you guys, is when you are cutting things out with these machines and you're using the mat, your mat really needs to be clean. I'm not talking about brand spanking new, but what I've learned is I use, especially my silhouette mat. I have silhouette mats that are beat all the way up and that have dropped on the floor. I have this dog who is laid in here and shouldn't be. So she has her fur, and then, sometimes rhinestones, paper, scrap stuff, and it falls and it gets on this mat. And I'm like, oh, I just pick a little bit of this off and still use it. No. So what I learned is the other day I was cutting out labels. So like I mentioned, I had a Cameo up here and a Cameo down here. And so I ran one set of labels on this machine with a brand new mat. And then I ran another set of labels on this, not Cricut, but the silhouette that I had up here on that machine, but it was on an old, dirty, jacked up mat. This one, the labels barely cut out. I had trouble weeding out my labels, whereas this one down here, smooth as silk. And the blade in this one was older than this one up here. So you have to think that when you're cutting on a surface, if it's nice and smooth, then you shouldn't have any issues with cutting whatever the item is out with your machine, because the smooth surface of your cutting mat is only going to help your blade glide as it's intended to across whatever surface it is that you're cutting. But if your blade is having to jump and bump over trash that's stuck to your mat, you're going to have issues weeding and getting stuff taken care of with your flock or whatever it is. So if you are having issues, try a new mat. See if that helps you, or a clean mat for that matter. So our design over there is 9x9. So I'm going to use this piece of flock. And this flock is a little over right at 10 inches. So this should be enough for our design. So I'm going to smooth it down on the mat. That's all I'm doing over here off camera is smoothing it down. Now this mat is not new, but it's newish enough where it should hold on to the flock and it should pick up our cutting with our machine. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and load this in to prints. All right. Alrighty. And so let us see. I already have the design loaded. Let me get the machine that it's supposed to be on because I forgot to do that part. Because it says Explorer and that's not what I'm using. I'm using my Cricut Maker. All right, so Maker is selected. Let's see. It is definitely over the right side. So I'm going to hit continue. What's my material? No, that's on the next screen. That's how long it's been since I cut, y'all. To continue, please connect your maker. All right, so what's going on with my maker? Let me cut on the... No, it should be on. It's on. I may have to plug up the what's-a-face cord. Let me see. No device found. That sucks because it should be connecting. Is this the new flock? If so, what are your settings? This is the new flock that I'm using. I'm going to have to unplug the Siser for right now and switch the cord so that we don't have to delay in trying to get this joker to get the what's-a-face. Slight technical difficulty. Slat, y'all, slat. Alrighty, let me hold this. Let me come around. This is what you have to do when you're... I don't know why it's not picking up, but I haven't used it in forever, so I'm not surprised. Okay, so it found it. And usually what setting I use with my Cricut Maker, let me do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. This is the setting that I normally use is heavy cardstock. I normally use heavy cardstock, and usually what I would, oh, wait a minute, medium cardstock, sorry, medium cardstock with more pressure. Not heavy cardstock, medium cardstock with more pressure. It's usually what I use. Not heavy cardstock, it's medium with more pressure. That's what I used in the past. We'll see if it stresses me out tonight, okay? So now that we know that's the setting that I usually use. Oh, let's get the timer going. So I got my cell phone. Oh, where's the clock? Clock. Timer. Not timer, stopwatch. Okay, so we got our stopwatch going or getting ready to go. And my Cricut button is flashing. So let's hit them both at the same time. And it's loud too, by the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this right here. Hopefully this cutting won't shake that loose. All right. So while that's cutting, we already know that the design is 9x9. So I'm going to go ahead and cut another piece of flock while we're waiting on that to cut. I always connect with plug because normally my Cricut, I don't have that issue, but I haven't used it. Prince has been put up and I haven't used him in a while. So I can't be mad at him. He's probably a little heated at me right now and not wanting to be cooperative. Do you ever cut on fast mode on the Maker? No, because the last time I cut on fast mode, it was a disaster. But we could have tried that tonight. I'm not opposed to trying it to see if that would have made a difference. Okay, so with this one, we need definitely a 10 by 10 piece. So for those who have a scanning cut, and for those who have a StarCraft, we're looking for a timer test of this particular design. My blood type is pumpkin spice, I think is what it's called. So here's another piece of 10 by 12 that we'll use on the Cameo when it's the Cameo's time. Now, the other drawback to the Graphtec is the Graphtec needs a little bit more on the back side, so that it'll, because you whatever material it is that you're cutting has to cover the vacuum holes so that the machine knows there's ample material to cut. Okay, so that being the case, the um, air holes are about 2 inches from where the blade cuts. So, say for instance, this particular design, the flock needs to be at least 9 inches because it's 9 by 9. So it needs to be at least 9 inches wide material or deep material. So I need to add 2 inches to that to make sure that those vacuum holes are covered on the back of the Graphtec. So with the now I can eliminate that. Don't get it twisted. I can eliminate that by cutting things out on the Graphtec on a mat, a cutting mat. But I don't like using the cutting mat. Let me preface that by saying I don't like using the cutting mat. I love being able to cut my flock without the mat on the Graphtec and on Romeo. Now I know I can cut on the Cameo without the mat as well, but I generally don't because, like I said, cutting on the Cameo, it's been cutting ovals. We'll see how it cuts tonight because I am going to cut flock on this tonight if I have time. And we'll see how it cuts. But for right now, I use a mat when I use the Cameo. But for that one, I'm going to have to cut the flock instead of it being 10 inches, which is what I did for that, just to be sure I have wiggle room on the mat. I'm going to actually have to do 12-inch piece of flock for the Graphtec. Alrighty, so this one, let's get the 12 inches. All right, and so here is the flock piece for the Graphtec. So I'm gonna set it over here on the Graphtec, and we'll load that when it's time. And then Siser, just to be sure, I also give Siser a little bit of wiggle room. So instead of doing like 10 inches, I'm probably gonna do something like 10 and a half to 11, just to be sure Siser has enough room as well, because those grips, I just like to be sure. I've had the wheels kind of get away from me a little bit, and then the slot kind of go crooked, and that's annoying. So I like to give some of these cutters room. But when you use the mat, you don't have to worry about that, because the thing with using a mat versus using the flock by itself is when you're using the mat, you see this coloration here on the mat where along the side, let's see if you can see it. Let me move, Lord dog. So you see how this is super clear right here, but then this white streak going down the side is a white lighter color. That's because this is where the rollers are pressing against. So this is the rollers actually hold on to the mat, not the flock itself. Whereas with the Graphtec and with Romeo, I like to use just the flock in the machine, not the mat. So it's actually pulling the flock back and forth. But on the Cricut and on the Cameo, the mat is what's going back and forth. So that keeps you from having to worry about the sticky mat, helps keep you from worrying about your flock not going through the machine like it needs to. Okay, so I'm going to cut this piece for the Romeo, And then we're going to be done with that. And let me read one and tell you, you can use any mat with Graphtec. Yes, you can. Can you run all your cutters at once? Yes, I can run all of them at once. If I had a cord connection for each one and wasn't, okay, hold up. If I were not having connectivity issues to the machines, yes, I can cut all of the different machines at one time, because the like I can cut right now with the Siser. Really, dog? Really? I can. She has allergies. What are you allergic to, dog? Yourself? I don't understand. But anyway, probably grass or something knowing her. But the Cameo is connected via Bluetooth, so I can go ahead and load the Silhouette software, put the design in while Cricut is up and running and cutting, and I can cut on here. When I have two silhouettes, I can run both silhouettes at the exact same time, cutting out designs, and I can run. I mean, yes, all of these machines can run independently at the same time, as long as they're all connected. Right now, my problem is I haven't used Prince in a while, so I didn't reconnect it via Bluetooth, which just came to me. I didn't connect it Bluetooth, so of course Cricut wouldn't find it. So I hadn't used it in a while, so I forgot about that. So right now it's connected by cable. I probably can connect the Siser Wi-Fi. When I used it yesterday, I was able to connect it with Wi-Fi before that's the connectivity issues I was speaking of earlier. Before I had it connected Wi-Fi, cut out a couple of things. When I went to cut out another thing after the first couple of things, it was like, no, you're not connected Wi-Fi. I'm like, I just had you connected. Why are you not connected again? And so that was when I first got Romeo. And so that's why I was like, you know what, screw it. I ain't got time for this. I'm live. We just finished to plug this up. And so I kept it plugged up. I unplugged the sawgrass to plug it up there and took the connectivity from this to put there. Because I do prefer to use my sawgrass plugged, because I want the data to be nice and clean when it comes from the computer to go to the printer. So normally I keep Class plugged up. Okay. So right now with the Cricut, we're at 9 minutes, 7 seconds. If I look at design space, we're at 53% done. 53%. I can get the Google timer up and run the timer on something else. So what time is it? It's 10:30. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I don't know. This is crazy. So we may go ahead and run Romeo so that we can at least see how fast Romeo is going, because this is going to be a while. Okay. So let me get Romeo pulled up. Oh, no, I can't do. Well, let me see if I can't get Romeo wireless. Let me see. I should be able to, because like I said, I did. Freak you out to use all the cutters at one time? No, not at all. Because especially if you're cutting different things, it's not super hard. You just got to pay attention to what's going on. But as long as you got everything going and you know what you got going on, then yeah. Let's see. Siser, Leonardo. Let us do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. And boom. Okay, so here is Leonardo, the software for Romeo and Juliet. So we're going to go to design, which was the tab at the very bottom. And we're going to go file. We're going to import the file, and we're going to do blood type is pumpkin spice. We don't have to do this one. We can do this one up here because Leonardo is a robust program. We're going to do cut only, and then we're going to go next, and we're going to apply. We need to make sure that the bounding boxes are 9 by 9 inches. When you click on it, yes, 9 by 9. So we don't have to worry about the size here. This is the design. We can grab this. I don't have to do anything to it. So we're going to send design. I'm going to tell it not to separate by color. I'm going to tell it use the current mat page location, and we're going to hit send. It says that it's connected Wi-Fi, so hopefully we're good. Like I said, 9x9. I'm gonna move this down to the front of my flock, and then we're gonna send it to the cutter. So let me go to add. Where is it? Add the stage. All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing for right now. And we are going to take this and we're going to put it on the Romeo because it says it's connected. All right. Most difficult time finding an outfit. Oh no, like I mentioned, I checked on Amazon. Amazon has been amazing for me in finding designs. What are you doing? There we go. Alrighty, and cut settings. I'm gonna make sure it's for flock, and it is. And so we're gonna use the settings in Romeo. I'm gonna go ahead and send the design over to the Romeo, and I'm gonna grab the Google timer on my screen. Let's see. Let's go here. Let's go Google stopwatch. Boom. Okay, so here's the stopwatch. I'm gonna pull it right here. I'm gonna send to cutter. Send artwork to cutter, yes, and then I'm gonna hit start. All right. Boom. So we've got all of this going at one time. So let's share screen. So as you can see right now, we're at 11, 13, 14 seconds. We'll move this over some. Let's see if it's gonna show. No, I don't see it. So we got that cutter going. We got Prince going up here. We got Romeo going over there. And you can, if you listen, you can hear circle, 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 circle. Whereas over there, Romeo, let's go over here. And what you hear is circle, 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 circle. So it's like going twice as fast as the Cricut. Now, as someone mentioned earlier, there is a fast mode. I'm not using fast mode. I'm using just your regular basic cutting mode. Okay. I don't know how well fast would work in cutting rhinestone flock, so that's why I have not used it. Probably should. When you asked, have I used it on fast mode? Have you used fast mode for your flock? If you have used fast mode for your rhinestone flock with the Cricut, yay or nay in the chat so that we'll know. It is 10:30. I've had my Romeo for a week. Tried to connect by Wi-Fi. Puppy. Come on, fam. Could not connect because my password has an equal sign. Contacted Siser, haven't heard back. Thinking I will have to change my Wi-Fi password. Oh, there's no equal on the darn thing. I didn't think of that. Next year's Bling Fest. So for those of you who may be inquiring about the Bling Fest, Bling Fest is coming up October the 27th and the 28th of October. So we are right at a month and 10 days away from having an awesome time. The tickets are available on the babiesbooty.store. And if you're not in the next couple of weeks, I feel sorry for you because all of the tickets will be gone off of sale in the next 2 weeks. Alrighty. We've already finalized arrangements with our caterer. We've already finalized arrangements for rooming. We've already begun the final stages of doing our in the whole world. We're already at the final stages of doing our swag bags. So, it's just a matter of outfits and time. Okay. Oh, that's what I was going to tell y'all. So, for those of you who have already purchased the tickets for the dinner, be on the lookout in the next 24 hours for your survey, not survey, but your email to let us know what you want to eat. What you want to eat. Okay. So you have to choose between one entree or another. All right. So yes, in the next 20, let's say 24 hours from now, you should have your email. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Prince is cutting out his square. So let's see. Where's my Cricut? Cricut says 100%. Cricut says 100%. All right. So it just stopped at 17 minutes and 39 seconds. So let's unload Cricut. 17 minutes and 39 seconds. All right. So we can go over to the cutting table while Romeo is cutting. Let's do this for right now. Where are you? Right there. So for right now, we'll cut that camera off and then we'll go to the Cameo here in a moment. So let's take a look and see how well medium cardstock with more pressure worked. Okay, so you see it did cut the outline. That's a great sign. Okay. So 17 minutes and 39 seconds. So if you have a cutter, make sure you time it. If you have the Brother Scanning Cut, we want to see what the time is on that. And if you have the StarCraft, we want to know what the time is on that. Uh-oh, look at there. It did cut. Not all of the holes are staying behind, but that's okay. We got a trick for that. My blood type is pumpkin spice. You can kind of see it. So the majority, oh, you know what, y'all? This is the old flock. I thought it was the new flock. I was wrong. I had a piece of old flock and didn't know it. This is the old flock. But as you see, even the old flock, all the holes don't come out. So we can do this with the old flock. You can't do that with the new flock. But what I have been doing is I just use my cutting mat, my tabletop. And I rub on everything, all the holes where it looks like I see them, and then peel it off that way. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You see some of the holes came out, and that takes the majority of them, and then the rest I come and I get with my fingers. Okay. Now, saying all that to say, this is a super cute design to use with our new rhinestone color. Our new rhinestone color. So if you are not a captain, if you are not a member that came to hang out with us last night on Patrice and I's member live, then you did not get that memo that we have a new rhinestone color. All right. And I'm going to show that to you here in a moment. Tilly is on. The heat press is on. So we'll see about brushing that in after we get our flock set up to cut out on the Cameo. Okay, so we may run a little over tonight. I'm going to try real hard not to, but we might. Okay, because I definitely want to get all of these cut out. And I want to take a couple of seconds to bling with the new rhinestone color. All right, so the new rhinestone color as of right now is in the it is available in the hotfixfix.store. We got three new mixes available, and we also have a new rhinestone color available. Okay, So let me grab a mat for this so we can stick this down and not have issues. And then what we'll do for those who hang beyond our 11 o'clock cutoff time, I will send you, we're gonna not auction, but we're gonna do a drawing for the extra templates if they cut out properly. Okay, if they don't cut out right, then I ain't auctioning no less. I'm not auctioning, doing a drawing for it. So like this is a good one. I will do a drawing for this one. Okay. All right. So let us cut off this extra because it's team too much. All right, and so here is our template. My blood type is pumpkin spice. Let's show you the new color real quick. And the mix will look good too. Up. Where's my clock? Where's my clock? Romeo is done. 9 minutes, 27 seconds. 9 minutes and 27 seconds for Romeo. So Romeo is 9 minutes, 27 seconds. And the Cricut was, what was it, 17 minutes? Yep, and 39 seconds. Okay. So that is awesome. Let me write these down so that y'all won't think I'm, because I'm not going to remember. All right, so after doing these two, we need to do Siser and we need to do Graphtec. I'm not worried about Graphtec. I already know what Graphtec is going to do. Okay, so 9 minutes and 27 seconds is Romeo. And then 17 minutes, 39 seconds was Cricut. Okay, so I already have the flock for the Cameo. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on here since we don't want to run out of time. This is 9 inches. I want to make sure that it's going to be down to the wire because that's a little narrow. I cut that a little short. All right. And so I'm going to go ahead and load this onto the Cricut. Not Cricut. Silhouette. Cameo. Come on. There we go. All right. And then I took that camera down. So let's turn that one back on. 9 minutes. Let's reset this one. And so now that, well, let's do this first. Let's do this first. All right. So now that this is done, this is Romeo. I'm going to open up Silhouette and we're going to close Romeo out. Save the changes. I don't need to save the changes. Okay. So now let's get Silhouette up and going. Cameo should have the timer on the software. I didn't have it pulled up. I did not have it pulled up. All right. And so where are you? Silhouette. Let's pull it over because it opened up in the wrong window. And where's Cricut? So we can close out Cricut too because Cricut is done. Alrighty. And so now let us merge in. Let's go downloads. Let's go to blood types, pumpkin spice. Let's do SVG and open that up. And of course, we know it needs to be 9x9 and it is. So we don't have to worry about that. And we're going to, I'm actually going to, well, no, that'll be kind of cheating. I was going to say I'm going to change my bounding box. Because I need to make sure that's going to cut, but it's going to be all right. Okay, so we're going to group this and hopefully it'll do what it's supposed to do. We're going to hit send. There it is. And it's already ready already, but it's on cardstock. So on the Silhouette, it does have a flock, rhinestone flock setting, rhinestone template material right here. We're going to select that. and then we're going to hit send. Okay. Ah, shoot. And we're going to hit the timer to go. Okay. All right. So that's going. All right. And so now that that's going, I'm going to give that a little bit, and then we are going to put the other template on Graphy, but we're going to wait a minute before we do that. All right. So let's peel this one. Oh, I didn't show you the colors. Well, we'll peel this one. And this is Romeo. This is Romeo. Look at that. Just about every dot. Just about every dot. Matter of fact, I'm just looking on here. That's the only dot that I see that did not come out. The only dot. And this is the new flock because it has the grid on the back. So that's the only dot that I see that did not come out. And this flock is super sticky. Okay. So let's put this template down. And let me check it. Make sure I don't have any strings. I don't see any. Alrighty. Boom. Just like that. So we got 2. I'll trim that one down in a minute. So as I mentioned, this would be Speed Force. I apologize. Good question, Delonda. It was preset. You talking about the Cameo, or are you talking about Romeo? So probably Romeo. So for Romeo, the cut settings that I use a cut speed of 10 and a force of 48. Now the speed can go all the way up to I think like 14 or something like that. So I could have had it cutting faster, but I didn't. I did it on 10 and 48, and it still was 9 minutes and 27 seconds. Now on the Cameo silhouette, I didn't set the speed or anything. I just chose the rhinestone template material setting. That's the only thing I did. That's the only thing I did. And D had a question. Let me scroll up to see D's question because I didn't see it. That's me. Good question, D. Oh, you are. Oh my God. Yes, that was a good question. So as you see, the silhouette is cutting. We're at 2 minutes and 52 seconds. Graphtec already has its flock on and waiting. Real quick, let's show you the new colors. So this is our Tangerine AB. This is Tangerine AB. Let me change and do this because y'all hear it cutting, so you don't have to see it. Let's do this first. Okay, so you can hear it cutting. So this is Tangerine AB that is available in the hotfixfix.store. All right. So you can, this is going to be really cute with this pumpkin spice, or you can use our new Harvest Gems Mix collection. Harvest Gems Mix. This is in the Hot Fix Fix store as well. This is a mixture of, I don't know why Norton would be blocking it. That's the first time I've heard of that from the folks that have been getting the file. Maybe try a different browser or tell Norton kick rocks on that particular instance. I haven't had any issues out of that. This mix is Sun with Topaz and Olivine mixed together. This is Harvest Gems. So that would be cute with the pumpkin spice as well. And then we also have Breast Cancer Mix. Breast Cancer Mix is our Rose, Light Rose, and Rose AB. Super pretty. This October, so we got some really pretty breast cancer designs out there to make some money off of if you got breast cancer runs or breast cancer events and stuff like that. And then this one is carbonite. This one is our jet black mixed with jet hematite. This is another mix. But this blood typist pumpkin spice will look really good with this tangerine AB. And here it is. So before I start brushing this in, I'm going to go ahead and tell the Graphtec to cut. Okay, so Diane uses her settings on 13 and 35, and she said it cut out great. Hey, Lakeisha, welcome. I prefer 48 myself personally. I had it cut a little bit lighter than that, and I did not have a good cutout myself personally. But again, do a test cut. Right now, the silhouette is at 5 minutes and 49 seconds. So let's see. Let us bring in Graphtec. All right, so here's the Graphtec. We are going to line our flock up under the rollers. And I'm going to line it up at the front edge of this. And I'm going to lock this down. And I'm going to tell it to check the size of that sheet. And it's pretty small because I want to say it's, I think I did 13 inches, but we'll see. All right. And so with the Graphtec, I send my cut files from Corel. So I use Corel with the Graphtec. Graphtec is industrial. It is a 15-inch cutter. Absolutely love the Graphtec. It is super fast. I use Corel to send my designs to it. Yes, you did spell it correctly. It is available at Heat Transfer Warehouse. It is right now 11, right at $1,200. But it cuts lightning fast. As soon as I can get here is Corel. Alrighty, and so let's go 13 inches. And then where is my share screen? Share screen, entire screen. This is Corel. And I'm going to import. And like I said, I'm going to do a drawing for these templates. I'm not keeping these templates. I don't need 4 pumpkin spice templates. All right, so size check bounding boxes are 9 by 9 inches. Let's ungroup and click on this box. This one actually came in 6.75. I don't know why. So see, that's why this is really important. Don't take for granted that this is the right size. Double check. So because this is not the right size, I'm going to grab all of this and I'm going to change this number up here to 9 after I check and make sure this padlock is locked, and it is. Now I'm going to change that to a 9 and hit enter. And so now this is the right size. Okay, so now I can delete this. And then I'm going to grab this and I'm going to ungroup all objects because I want all of my dots to be selected where I can select one dot at a time. Verify the size is 0.13. So I know it's going to be SS10. I don't have to verify the size with his designs, but at any rate, and then we'll hit launch. And this is how I get my files to the Graphtec. Okay. So once this loads, yes, it is much better. This is an industrial cutting machine. Okay, so here is my design. I'm gonna slide it over and back up just a little itty bitty bit. 12 by 14, that's right. And for right now, I'm gonna hit send. All right, and then I did not start the timer. Where's my phone? I'm missing some seconds. Oh no! Reset start. Okay, so we know we're missing right at about 1 second or so. All right, so we're done with that. Let's stop sharing. Okay. And while that's cutting, and while this is cutting over there, which you can't see it, we're going to brush this pumpkin spice template in, and we're going to put it on a bag, and we're going to be super cute with a bag on this. All right, so let's see how can we beat the Graphtec brushing in this template. So not only are we racing machines, we're racing me against the Graphtec, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to win, but I'm going to try. Can I brush in this template faster than the Graphtec can cut? Don't think so. Ooh, I'm under pressure, y'all. I ain't never brushed this fast before, I don't think. My goodness. Oh, I'm not going to get it. And again, this is the new Tangerine AB. And I forgot to look to see what time we're at with the silhouette. Damn it. Come on, baby. I'm cheating a little bit, but because I'm going to have to put some of these in one by one. Only because I'm nervous. Why did I put myself under this pressure? Okay. And then my heat press just turned off, which is fine because it's still going to be hot. Oh, no. Oh, no. I just flipped them stones. Dagnabbit. Come on. Come on. Gotta take over that cutting. We can't mess up. All right. Here's this one. Oh, here's the next one here. Whoops. Me rubbing this one. I'm rubbing stuff out. So I need to quit. There's that one. There's that one. There's that one. That's an extra. There's that one. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There's that one. There's that one. That's an extra. Come on, come on, come on. I can do this. Y'all rooting for me? Or y'all rooting for the Graphtec? I'm rooting for the Graphtec personally, but you know, it'll be all right. All right, let's see. There's that one. Come on, come on, come on. If I had been more patient with brushing this stuff in, I would have been up. Graphtec is done. Graphtec is done. 3 minutes and 55. 3 minutes and 55 seconds. 3 minutes and 55 seconds for the Graphtec to cut this exact template out. Oh my gosh. I couldn't even brush them in fast enough because oh my God. Okay. All right. Well, whatever. So here is, I am not as fast as a Graphtec. So now that we know that. And the silhouette is still cutting. All right, I was almost there. Look, I only had a couple more to go. Dagnabbit. I was so close, but not really. Okay. That's done, that's done, that's done. I don't see any overlap. I don't see any overlap. Okay, look at there. I wasn't too far behind. Not too far. All right. 3 minutes and 55 seconds for the Graphtec. Actually, remember I said I was off a second. So 3 minutes and 56 seconds. 56 Graphtec. So as you see, there really is no competition when it comes to the Graphtec. Okay, so let's pick these stones up with the Baby's Booty Bling scoop. Alrighty, just that easy peasy. All right, and I'm gonna get a piece of transfer tape. Graphie demolishing the competition. All right, Graphie out here just wrong. No, Graphie does not play. She might be ringing that bell, showing up. All right, and so here is the. Okay, but guess what? All of that fast cutting don't mean a thing if it didn't cut. Okay, so let's make sure it cut. This is ready for our bag. I'm going to press the bag here in a moment. Meanwhile, let's get this off of Graphie. And then, good job, Graphie. Good job. You wear that bling well, too. Good job, Graphie. Good job. All right, so let's see how well it cut. And again, if you have the Brother Scan and Cut or the StarCraft, I would love to know what your time is. And I did not see it needed a little bit more space to cut that extra out up at the top. I don't know why I get my size wrong every time, and every single dot has cut. Every single one. Okay, so we ain't gonna put that on the backing yet. Why is it cutting like that? They cut that square twice. I see Silhouette is over here doing crazy stuff. I don't know why that box cut more than one time. But let's look at the timing, because right now it's cutting the box. So Silhouette is 17 minutes and 13 seconds. 17 minutes and 13 seconds. So it beat the Cricut by a mere 26 seconds. It beat the Cricut by just 26 seconds, because it was 1739 and 1713. Okay. So let's see. Oh, look. So rhinestone flock setting is a little bit too much because it cut all the way through. So I'd have to adjust that because that's not good. And then but y'all, it's not ovals. It's not ovals though. So that's a good thing. And if you ever get a template that cuts like this and your the white gets stuck like that, what I generally do is I'll get a lint roller and roll across the front and pick up those extra dots. Sometimes that works good, sometimes it don't. Okay, but guess what? I'm not finna fight with that because all I wanted from that was the time. So now that I know what the time is, that part doesn't matter. Okay, so let's go ahead and get us a bag. I'm probably missing something. I think I hear Mr. McQuackins. Let me see. No, I don't see. Why is it cutting through? Why is cutting through a bad thing? For me, because the backing is still on it. I want the dots to stay behind on the backing and not cut all the way through. That's just the way I usually do my templates. Hey Lynn, Love Shack Creative Design Studio. I love it. All right, so here is our tote bag, and let's put our blood type is pumpkin spice. We got one stone here. Oh, that's because there's an overlapping stone. There's an overlap, and we're gonna leave it because I don't care. All right, blood type is pumpkin spice. Let's line this up and make sure we got even space on either side, and we don't. So let's move this over a little bit and try it again. A little bit more. A little bit more. And boom. All right. And so now let's press this and take a look at our man, that thing dropped temperature like that. Okay, we're gonna give that a minute. All right, so we are going to give away this template. We are going to give away this template, and as soon as I'm done plucking holes out of the silhouettes template, we're gonna give away that template. And with this one now, what we've noticed is sometimes you'll get this flock and there could be some glue strands that string across holes. Like, I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. I did show it to my when we were with the captains earlier. Let's see if I can get it where you can see it. Let me find one that's closer, like the top of this P. Boop, 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 boop. Down, down, Eve, down. Okay. Oh no. Can you, yep, there you can see it. See right here. See that strand going across right here where my fingernail is. Can you see the glue strands there? So if you come across that in your flock, I know it's a lot of work, fam. I know, my bad. I just grab these little strands like that, and that way they're gone. I snatch them out and it's not a whole lot of them. So that was 2. There's a little bitty one that's 3, and this is 4. Half of one is 5. Here's one that's 6. Here's one that's 7. Because what happens is sometimes those glue strands will hold on to the stones, and this last one is 8. That's it. Okay, and now I can put this on the template material, and I don't have to worry about now the stones sticking to that. Okay. Whoops, I'm gonna have to pick that up and replace it because that didn't lay down right. Because that area right there is squished up. Okay, but we're gonna stretch this out. We're gonna redo it, and then we're going to give this away. I'm gonna stretch it out now because I just can't. Alrighty, so let's pull up StreamYard giveaway. Actually, we should be at the right temperature by now. Let me see. There we go. Just look and see. We are at yes. So we're going to press our bag. We're going to do our peel reveal. And then we're going to give these away. Okay. And that also lets you know that if there is a design that I sell on my website, then you are able to order that as a pre-cut template where I mail the physical template to you, and then you can bling it yourself. Okay. So here is the new Tangerine AB. And we're going to do the peel reveal of our tote bag. My blood type is pumpkin spice. Alrighty. Super pretty bag. We're going to show this in the other camera. I got my phone up here and it's just not necessarily showing. There we go. We got a little bit of AB action going on from that angle right there. Alrighty. So let's switch this over to the other camera. And that was fun. Let me grab my numbers so that we got our numbers. Alrighty. And let's go here. Actually, we should have done it this way. Bloop. Here we are. And then we'll remove that. Okay, you guys. So, can you see all the running and stuff? Got my microphone flopped all over and looking crazy because that was some work going back and forth and getting everything right. So right now we got Romeo who came in. Let's start from the longest. So the longest cut setting we found was with the Cricut Maker. Now, caveat to say there is a fast setting that you can do cut on fast setting. I haven't tried it because I want to make sure I'm more accurate in cutting my flock than faster. Okay. But on just your regular normal setting, and I did medium cardstock with more pressure. That's the setting that I used. And it came in at cutting that template at 17 minutes and 39 seconds. Okay. Then our next longest one was the Cameo 4. Now they do have a Cameo 5 that's supposed to be faster. But that one I used the setting on that was the rhinestone flock. No, rhinestone template material setting on the Cameo. And as you see, for me, the pressure was a little bit too much. So what I'll probably do if I cut flock on it next time, I would back the pressure up just a little bit. But you need to test it out with your cutter and your blade because your blade may be sharper than mine or duller than mine. So definitely do a test cut first. But the Cameo 4 came in at 17 minutes and 13 seconds. So 26 seconds shorter time than the Cricut. Then our next contender, which is the Romeo or Juliet, they both cut at the same speed. They're both excellent materials, excellent cutters. That cut speed I did, what did we say on the settings? I think it was like a speed of 10 and a pressure I think of 43 or something like that. I'll go confirm in a minute. But the Romeo was 9 minutes and 27 seconds for the exact same template. And then the Graphy came in at 3 minutes and 56 seconds. And my settings are in there. I'd have to look at the settings because I don't ever change the settings and they're not set automatically in the software. I actually set them in the machine itself. So I'd have to tell you what my pressure and stuff is. But the thing with the Graphtec is the depth of the blade is set by me. I set the depth of the blade. So if my depth of my blade is more than how you have yours set, it really doesn't matter the pressure and cut settings that I use in the cutter because I can dial that up manually or dial it down manually by just the setting of the blade. And I do have a blade depth viewfinder that you get with the Graphtec so that you can see how deep your blade is. I don't know what the measurement is on that. I just know I got it and I know it's set to a certain depth. Okay. So those are the numbers. And right now, just to let you guys see what we're dealing with, I also earlier gave you my pros and my cons of what I personally feel with each one of those machines after using them for a long time. Now, the Romeo is the newest one. So I haven't been using that super long, but I absolutely do have viewpoints and how I feel and what I think about them. So if you missed all of that, you can go back and watch and get what you think about each one. But if I were to do this all over again, buying the machines and deciding which one to buy, I would definitely go with the Siser just to have a knockabout, do all my extra projects and stuff machine. But I would definitely still have my Graphtec for cutting out my flock because I do a lot of flock cutting and I want that to go super, super fast. But because the software is the way it is and the settings and all that stuff, I don't want to mess with my blade settings. I don't want to mess with the settings in my machine. So I leave that set for flock and flock only. And for the Romeo, I'll use for the occasional flock and anything other that I want to do on it. So the Siser for me, as far as every other use, hands down, is going to be that and flock. I can use it for flock, but Graphtec, because I do so much flock cutting, I need that speed and accuracy. All right. And then we also told you about 3 new mixes that we have: breast cancer mix, harvest gems mix, and carbonite. Those are in the hotfixpix.store. SS10 stones. And then here is the new Tangerine AB. Let's cut the lights off because I can hear him back there now. Here is the new Tangerine AB. You can see that Tangerine is super bright that way. And then, of course, in the light, if we turn it the other way, I don't know why that AB ain't showing up right here, but it does in the light, but it's still super pretty. And definitely a beautiful orange color. All right, so here you got your AB with the tangerine now. So I thoroughly, I'm talking about I'm getting ready to sign off and go somewhere when I told y'all we was doing a giveaway, didn't I? All right, so the rules for the giveaway is, of course, you have to be in the US. I am not shipping anything out of the US with this particular giveaway. But this will be a physical SS10 size stone template that will be mailed to you. If you do not win, don't fret. You can go to the Rhinestone Mechanic and you can download that exact design. It's on sale right now until tomorrow night for $5, along with other super gorgeous designs. Okay, so let us share screen, and then we will pull up the StreamYard. Did I just do that? Yes, I did. We will pull up the StreamYard giveaway tool. Alrighty, and we will do this. Sharon Davenport, you have a great night. Thank you so much for the super chat. Holler. Yes, honey. Yes. And you do have willpower. So yes. And we appreciate you hanging out with us. The Tangerine AB is in the hotfixfix.store. Yes, it is. All right. So let's see. We are going to do the word. For the first one, we are going to do the word Romeo. All right. So let's do Romeo. I'm not going to do it in all caps. We're going to do the word Romeo. So type the word Romeo. Type the word Romeo, and then we will collect comments. And this is just for one of the rhinestone templates that we already cut out. A physical template will be mailed to you when you win. Please, I know I probably already got your email address. Please just email me again. And the reason why I ask for you to email me again, even though 9 times out of 10, I already got your email address, but what it does is it lets me have a reminder that I'm supposed to send you something. It's a reminder that I'm supposed to be sending you something. So send me an email. Hi, E. Rhinestone template winner. Here is my physical mailing address. Please get it right, and I'll send it right out to you, okay? So please, 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 the email address is right there. thebabiesbooty@gmail. Don't send it to my hello. Don't send it to Eve at the Baby's Booty. Don't send it to any one of those, because that's not where I get my reminders from. This is the website I get my reminders from. So if you don't get your template, and you're like, I emailed you. Where did you send the email? Oh, I sent it to this. Well, that's not my reminder email, so I didn't get it. I'm just saying, follow instructions. It helps you. It helps you, and it helps me, and it keeps everybody happy. Okay. All right. So let's do our drawing for the Romeo. You got another couple of seconds. We got 79 entries. Can we make it to 80? We made it to 80. All righty, you guys. So let us draw for the Romeo. Not Romeo, Jesus. For the template, for the rhinestone template. And our first winner is Blue Emerald Creation. Holler! Yes, honey. Yes. So please email me at thebabiesbooty@gmail.com so that I can go ahead and get you squared away with your template. And I'm going to drop it in the mail to you so that you can get that right away. All right. So our next one, we're going to say Cricut. Criccut. So we're going to do Cricut. All right. The next one is Cricut. So we got one template already going out in the mail. So you will just receive just the rhinestone template. That is it. It is already mounted on the plastic board, so you don't have to worry about that. One winner, you win one, then let somebody else win the second time. And like I said, shoot me an email. Please try and shoot it now so you don't forget. I can't tell you how many people send me an email a week later. Oh, I forgot to send you this email. Well, guess what? You got roughly 24 hours to send me this email so that I can get this out to you right away so that I don't forget, you don't forget, and then months later you smile, I wanted to. Did I just send the email? Send the email. It's not a hard thing, and I'm not asking for a lot. I'm not. I seriously am not asking for a lot. Okay? So just shoot me an email right away within the next 24 hours. And I will get that template out to you. All right, so let's draw for the Cricut. We got 85 entries on this one. Cricut must be an easier word to type. All right, so let's go. Our next winner, please, when you win, please, as soon as possible, next 24 hours only, shoot me your email so that I can send you, Miss Martha Jordan, your template. Holla. Yes, honey. Yes, that's what's up. Congratulations, Martha, on winning a template. So we got another template to give away. So this one we're going to say Cameo. So you already know what the last word is going to be. Cameo. Well, not the last word, but another word. So here we go. We got Cameo. So go ahead and drop that into the chat. And like I said, please send me an email, thebabiesbooty@gmail.com. This is my name. This is my address. I want a template. Okay. Please, so that we can get this right out to you. And Mr. McQuackins won't be like, did you send out them templates yet? And I'll be like, dang, damn it, I forgot. I ain't going to be able to say I forgot because you would have sent it to my reminder email and I would have gotten it and I would have known to send you your template because I wouldn't forget. Okay. Cool beans. Thank you guys. We got 84 entries for the Cameo. Holler. So we're getting ready to draw for the third template. And like I said, if you are not interested in cutting out your own templates, any of the designs that I sell, we do sell physical templates. Just go into our store and click on rhinestone templates sent to you. Okay. We got 89 entries on this one. Can we get the 90? Do we have 90 entries on that? Let's see. Yes, hit draw. And our next winner for the third template is going to be someone who's going to email me correctly. Linda Rose. Yes, Linda. Yes, congratulations. So go ahead and email me, please, at thebabiesbooty@gmail.com so that I can mail you your rhinestone template that fits SS10 rhinestones. Okay, super cute design by Rhinestone Mechanic. And so our last one is going to be a bit of a difficult speller. Okay. So we're not going to do Graphtec. We're going to do the word stone. So I'm just going to make it easier for you because Graphtec is a little sketchy to spell. Okay. Even though it would be cool to teach you, get you used to spelling the word Graphtec, but it's okay. So we're just going to do the word stone for the fourth template. Okay. Stone for the fourth template. All right. And so once you get that in and we check, then we will get you entered to win the fourth template. Okay. The fourth template. And we'll get it right out as long as you email me in the next 24. I get your email 2 days from now, I'm going to be like, ooh, I'm sorry, but I needed that email in 24 hours. Okay. So please make sure to email me in the next 24 hours. We got 90 entries, y'all, for the fourth template. You ready? 91, you ready? All right, let's draw. So our fourth winner of our fourth template is going to be Laura E. Holler. Yes, honey. Yes, congratulations, Laura E, on your rhinestone template. Please be sure to email me at thebabiesbooty@gmail.com so that we can get you your rhinestone template. Email me your name, your mailing address, and hi, I want a rhinestone template. Okay. All right, so I am also going to go ahead and put in for this bag as well. This is a really pretty stone with this new tangerine AB. It's absolutely gorgeous. You can kind of see the AB right there in this little screen. And for that, we are going, again, you have to be a U.S. resident. Have to be a U.S. resident, and you have to type the word bag. Okay, so you type the word bag, and we will send you this cute little tote bag that says my blood type is pumpkin spice. All right, and like I said, if you don't win, don't fret, because you can go to our website. You can download this design. Sorry, you can't download this design from my website. You can go to the Rhinestone Mechanic and get this design, download it, cut it out yourself, brush the stones in. But you can go to my website, the hotfixfix.store, and you can get these gorgeous tangerine AB rhinestones to bling your own tote bag. Okay. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. And again, thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. It was phenomenal. I had fun. Did you enjoy the race? I hope you did. Once we do the drawing for the entry, we will go ahead and sign out for the night, because I did go over 30 minutes. I apologize in advance for that. But I thought it was important to share with you guys the differences that I found among all of those cutting machines that I have experience with. And of course, my views are my views only. So you can try each one of these machines out yourself and let us know how you feel about the machine on your channel. And I'll definitely tune in and see, especially if you let me know you put a viewpoint video up. I'd love to see it. All right. So let's click on draw, and we will get our winner for the super cute tote bag. And the winner of the tote bag, you still got to email me in 24 hours, is Jessie Gibson. Holla! Yes, Jessie. Yes, congratulations, Jessie. That's phenomenal. So thank you guys. It was a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed hanging with you all tonight. Did you enjoy the show tonight? Even though you might not have won, I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. If you did, throw some purple hearts in the chat. The more purple hearts I see, the more we're going to go ahead and let you go out being sensualized. Okay. If you have any questions about the Bling Fest, if you have any questions about the new mixes, if you have any questions about the stones, if you have any questions about these cutting machines, go ahead and drop me a question. Actually drop it in the Facebook group. That's the easiest way for either me or somebody else to give you an answer. Because the cool thing is, the Bible says there is wisdom in the multitude of counselors. So the more people you have answering your question, the better off you'll be. I'm not the end all be all to questions. So drop your question in the Facebook group, and we will definitely get you one way or another an answer. Okay. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me a little 30 minutes overtime. Again, I'm sorry. I apologize. But I had fun. Thank you all. And I hope y'all have a great evening and happy blinging. See you guys later. Bye. How would you define luxury? Your purchase of our rhinestones has put extravagance right at your fingertips. Here at the Baby's Booty, we are taking the standard of luxury and bringing it directly to you. Introducing the perfect companion to your luxe rhinestones, the Baby's Booty ice boxes. Our ice boxes are in the perfect sizes to complement your order. Each color in your purchase will be labeled and packaged in these elegant acrylic boxes, ready to display your luxury stones for everyone to see. The Baby's Booty Icebox, where our bling is the finer thing.